Hi sewing pals. Right, so this is the video I promised you for the secret shopper bag, and this is the little bag that I'm going to show you how to make. Now I do explain in the tutorial that the bag sold so well on Achanda and on our website that I've actually sold out of the zipper pulls. So I've done it in the chunky zipper pulls and the chunky zips, which has worked out fine, and it actually looks really nice and it looks really stable. But I did have a problem getting into the part to sew it. But basically this is the bag that you're going to make, and it's an absolutely amazing bag. I really love it. So you just unzip it all, pull it out, and you've got your little handles and a recessed part with a zip, again for a little added security. I've done this in the Made with Love quilting cotton that's available on our website, new in. Comes in 3 different colourways, but in the kits obviously you get all sewing related ones, and you can make and sell as many as you want afterwards with your own fabrics. So have fun. Here's a tutorial. Right, so first of all, with making the secret shopping bag, I like to get all my components ready. So what I'm doing is, before the tutorial started, I have pressed my fabric in half for the handle, and then you turn the raw edges into that pressed line, and then press that again, and then fold it over again and press. So you've got all your raw edges enclosed inside here. And I've done that on the handle, on the strap, and on the zip ends there. So what I'm going to do first of all is quickly just go down one long edge top stitching. Oh, typical, bobbins run out. Sorry about this, but this happens. The biggest bobbins I've ever used in my life, and they've run out, but never mind. So I'll just put my bobbin back in. You'll also notice I haven't got a light on. It was a little bit too bright for the camera, so I'm actually sewing in the dark here, so it's not the best, I've got to say. So I'm going to go down the long edge at one side and then down the other side. I am trying to get to grips with all this video malarkey. And quickly down the other side. So this is the handle, but at least you're getting it in real time. And I think the videos do really help when you're constructing it. Just have something to refer back to. I hope it helps. There we go. So that's the handle done. So I'm quickly going to fold that in half, and it's easier to do it in one long run than to do it in 2 separate ones. And I'm just going to cut that so we've got the 2 handles there now. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the strap. Down one long edge. And then down the other. Right, so we've sold so many of these bags on Achanda and on our website that I've actually ran out of my zipper. So while that comes back in stock, I'm using a chunky one. It's not really any different, it's just that this is the size 6 rather than the size 4 that I normally use. So what I'm doing is laying the zip onto the zip pull cover and folding that over the top, and I'm just going to top stitch down that edge and do the same on the other one. Now this is just on the 16-inch one, not on the 18-inch one. That is for going around the base of the bag. And I'm just going to make my stitch a little bit longer. Quickly and I like to have, this is just an awl, but anything like this I use to hold everything in position. It really does help. Just going to make that even. I chop that off. Even though this is a chunky zip, you can still cut through your nylon on your zippers. And place that in there as well. And I'm going to stitch across again, just use that to hold everything in place. And that's the zip done for the top. So I'm going to snip all this off, making it all flush with the edge of the tape. So that's my zips prepared as well. So now for the construction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two recessed pieces here. Now what I've done is I've overlocked all the way around just with a narrow overlock, if you can see on there. So it's just the 3 thread. I've took the 4th one out, and that just finishes the edges off but gives me enough room to still do my seams. So I'm going to change to a zipper foot, take that one off and grab my zipper one, move my needle across, and I'm going to take the 16-inch zipper, place that centrally onto the tape, face down so the zip pull is down towards the right side of the fabric, and I'm going to stitch that on. Just give a little back tack and stitch all the way across, keeping those edges level. Take that out, lay the other one directly on top. So what I'm doing is I'm just making it level with the other piece here, and I'm going to stitch all the way down that one as well. So line everything up again. Make sure all your edges are raw. Now, I am trying to do this quick so you're not hanging around. Take a bit more care than I am to get everything level. And if you are wondering, yes, I am in my PJs. The best time to sew. Right, so I'm opening that out. You can press it if you like, but I'm just going to quickly top stitch down here. Again, you can do a little bit bigger stitch length. Down the other side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold those edges together, and we're going to stitch just down the side here to the end, missing out that zipper tape. So while I've still got my zip put on, I'm going to do that. Do a back tack at the beginning and end. Take that out. Exactly the same at the other side. Fold it in half, lining up those edges there and the bottom edges. Miss the zipper tape. Back tack all the way down. Back tack again. Right, so while we've got this in our hands, we can actually put on our handle. You can either attach it to this first, or you can attach it to the bag body first. Makes no difference. I'm going to do it to this first, so I'm going to measure 4-inch in from the side seam and place that there, right sides onto the handle. And it doesn't matter that I've got my zipper foot on. So I've gone over that twice to give it some reinforcement. Just popping on my equivalent of the walking foot. So again, measure 4 inches in and place the handle. And go over that again. So now I'm going to do exactly the same at the other side. I can see that that's going to be in line there. Just make sure your handle's not twisted. All the way across and back. And then we're going to do this one the same. Again, make sure it's not twisted. Level it up with the other side there and go over. Right, so we can put that away until we've finished doing the bag. So we've got our recess part with the handles on. Put that to one side. So now what we're going to do is take the middle base, the base middle, and we're going to go down the short edge on there. Now I do say to press, but you are actually on the ironing table, so I'm going to do it with my finger. I'm going to turn that to the right side and I'm going to lay it out with the seam down the middle there. So I'm just going to finger press it, which is absolutely fine. So that is the middle part. Now we've also got the middle cover, that one, and the strap. So I'm going to place the strap about 1 inch in, just over 1 inch because we need the seam, and place this piece right side down. Aha, zip. That would help, Ali. Put your zip in. Right, so I'm just going to stitch over this to hold it together first. And I'm going to use my little ball to move it across. Once you've done it once, it'll stay. That just makes that stay in place. So now I'm going to place the zip first with the zip pull up on this one, 1 inch in. So just over, so that when I stitch on that 1 inch mark, I know that my zip is going to get caught in. Now we're going to put the strap, lining that up with the zip tape, and then the cover on there, and we're going to stitch all the way across that there. I'm going to go back to reinforce it. There we go. Take that out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the cover up, press that down with my hand. I'm going to lift my strap up and press that down, and then I'm just going to stitch across this to top stitch. I'm only going just next to the crease or the seam, and take that out. So you'll see this is what you're left with. You've got your handle, your cover, and your zip is sandwiched underneath those there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the handle up, bring it down to the edge of the cover, and just do a couple of stitches to hold that in place. Let it all fold flat. Bring the zip around, so we're going to make sure it's all going the same way. Bring that round, put that against your measuring tape again, hold on there. So I'm putting that against the 5 there, laying the zip on, so it's about 1 inch in. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but it just needs to be just over 1 inch so that your tape's going to get caught in. Bring the top over, fold that back about 1 centimetre, maybe a little bit more, and cover up that's it. Make the bottom flat, so it might just cover up a little bit more, which is fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to top stitch on top of that there. So there you've got your zip cover there, and your zipped puller is at the top there. So that's going to go all the way around the base of your bag. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these two pieces. I've actually interfaced these, and I've gone around the edge with the 3-thread overlock again on both pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down flat. I'm going to pull that zip pull out of the way, fold all those handles down, and take in the straight piece. I'm going to lay it centrally onto that base there. I'll hold that up so you can see. So I'm just laying that onto the base there, and I'm going to start to stitch here, but what I want to do is catch in the zip tape all the way down to the tape at the end there, and I'm going to stop with my needle down and bring this around to go all the way around. I'll explain as I'm doing it. So I'm moving the base so it's at the top there. Well, it's central. I'm going to put my needle down, making sure I'm catching the zip tape as well as all the other layers, stitching across that under piece. Hold this flat, move the handle out of the way, stitch past the handle to the other side, and stop when you're about a centimetre away from the edge. So I'm going to raise the foot, and I'm going to bring the base around. I'm going to keep the zip tape where it is and just make sure that that pivots on there. Move all the fabric out of the way and do a couple of stitches, and now I'm going to, you can either pin, clip, or just ease it in. I'm going to make sure that this fits the zip. So I'm just going to have a look first to make sure, holding it against the seam, and it looks like it's going to be a perfect fit, which I'm pleased about. And now I've got to be careful because I've got the zip pull here, but I'm going to go past that zip pull, ease it round the corner, just go slowly. Obviously I'm trying to do it fast so you can see what I'm doing and you're not bored. Round that corner, across the front. You're probably better off pinning and clipping and things like that, especially first time you do it. But now I'm round that corner, I'm just going to hold that end piece with my finger, put the zip tape underneath, and make sure all the edges are level as I come down that last straight piece. So I'm going to hold it with my awl, hold the zip tape down so I can see when I meet the stitches where I started, and make sure that you back tap beginning and end so that's not going to come undone, and take that out. So now on the back you can see we've got a stitch across there all the way around the top there, and if I turn it around you can see you've got your zip tape on there. Now all we're going to do is exactly the same on the other side, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip this puller. It just gives me a bit more leverage. So I'm going to move this handle out of the way, and I'm going to place the other piece centrally and go all the way around the edge again. So I'm going to make sure it's all level with the other side, move the handle out of the way. There we go. Start at the corner, needle down, a couple of stitches to start, and back tack. Make sure you're going to go past, actually I'm going to go in a little bit here because I want to make sure I catch that zip tape in, there we go. Make sure you go past the handle but don't touch it, so just stick to the side of that, and exactly the same on the other side. Move your handle out of your way, stitch to the opposite corner, needle in the down position, bring with your needle down, bring the fabric around, move all the bulk out of the way, make sure you don't catch your zip pull, do a couple of stitches, keep it all level with the zip tape and stitch all the way around. Again, pin, clip, whatever you prefer to do. So I'm just going around this corner now. If you prefer to cut some of the undercover off and make it about 3.5, it will be more level on that piece, but it doesn't really matter. So again here I'm going to make sure my edges are all level and I'm catching in all the layers with the zip tape straight. There we go. I'm just going to have to ease this in a little bit on this side. There we go. So we're going to make sure that we don't get this bit here twisted, so I'm going to lay that down, use my awl to get into that piece and stitch down to the part where we started. There we go. The awl comes in really useful, and then give it a little back tack and take that out. So now you can turn it to the correct side, and you should have this little bit here between the zip. That is where you're going to attach the body of the bag, which is absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to put this to one side now for a while we get the body of the bag done, and then I can show you how we attach that. So I'm going to do 1 centimetre seam allowance on here. I'm not going to change my foot because I've not really got time. This is a new fabric we've got in stock called Made with Love. It's lovely. So back tack again. It's wider than it is longer, so make sure you're stitching the right one for the side seam. And just stitching down one side. Turn it over and do the other side. So what we're going to do is open this out, and I'm just going to mark halfway, which is, let's have a look. Oops, I've got it caught on my needle. I'm trying to be quick so you're not hanging around too long. So that's about there, so I can quickly mark front and back with a area erasable marker. And I know that these pieces here want to go in the centre bits here, so I'm just going to clip this, and you can see I've got that little bit that's in between the zip there. Clip that onto the central part there, and the other one out the other side. I've just got to fold that zipper back there. I might actually have to zip it up a little bit and do that first bit. Clip that onto there, into the middle part, and then the seams are going to go in between these two here. And the same on the other side, so the seam goes into the middle bit there, so you've got the zipper in between. Clip that on, And then if you look at the back, you can see the row of stitches that you did to put the zip on. That's where you're going to stitch. So line all those edges up and stitch on the top of that all the way around. When you come to this central bit here, you're going to see that the zip will fold flat. So you're going to go all the way across that bit there. And that's how you get it so it all folds inside one another. So I'll start at that bit actually. So lay it down so you can see the stitching and stitch all the way across that top. It's very hard for me to see actually because the lights on the machine are off, but I'm hoping I'm going to be missing the zip. I can't actually see it, so I think it's curled back. There we go. And the same at this side, so just fold it all down, stitch across that middle bit of fabric and then onto the zip tape, and then follow that all the way around. Trying to see where your stitches are. Well, you'll be able to see because you'll have your lights on your machines. Never sewn in the dark before, it's quite good fun actually. Might take it up. Again, I'm using my awl to go around the corners just to keep everything in place. There we go. And around this side, I've already discovered just how useful these bags are. Every time I go shopping, I tend to forget to take a bag. And I hate it. I absolutely hate forgetting. I don't like keep buying them. And it's not the money. I don't want to ruin the environment. Right. So just coming around, making sure you ease it. You can see I've got a little bit of give there, which is not much. But I'm just going to ease it all in. There we go. So I've actually got mine here, but I don't want to hit that zip pull. So what I'm doing is I'm going to stitch it all down to one side and then I'm going to manoeuvre it around. So I'm just bringing it around now and then I can open the zip up and not worry about that zip tape. Put my hand inside and see if I can pull it down a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. No, I can't. I'm going to have to zip it up again. Sorry about this. It's because I've put it really close to that end. So you might be better off actually not doing it that close to that end. So cut 1/2 inch off your under cover. The 3 inch one, make it, sorry, the 4 inch one, make it 3.5 inch. It'll make it a lot easier for you. I've got this chunky zip on which is making it quite difficult. I'll see if I can zip it past. Let me just take it out. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stitch that onto there, but I've got the zip pull in the way here. So if I can zip it past, that's it, and then go up that way. I'll zip it up quite a way past, then unzip it. Yeah, that'll do it. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm not actually, I'm talking to you. Just make it easy for yourselves and cut it to 3.5, not 4. I will change it in the pattern. Right. Let's see if I can do it without making it look even out, because it's not difficult. It's the first one I've had like this, and it's probably because I'm doing it with a chunky zip and not the normal zips that I use. But I'm almost across that bit, so once I'm across that bit I can take it out. It is really big, that zipper pull. Right, let's see if I can do it with the arm. There we go. Go on, you can do it. If I can get it across to this side, I can go back in and do it. I think I've done it. So if I take it out again, I can pull that zip pull back. And we may have got away without breaking a needle. There we go, so now I can get in to do it. So I'm just going to carry on around the rest of this bit here. I will learn how to fast forward and things, so it's not as boring for you. If anybody wants to help me out, please feel free. because I'm not very good with the technical stuff. I've always said that. Right, we go. I definitely think it's better with the normal zip pulls than what I've used, so stick with them. Right, so I'm just easing it in now around the last curves. Make sure it all fits in nicely. There we go. Just going around that last, oh no, it's not the last card, it's the next to the last card. The all makes it really useful for going around the corners, around past the seam. And I know my hands are getting it when I'm trying to stitch. I'll probably practice with a few different positions with the video in. There we go. Coming around now to the last bit. Just ease that in there. Right, so that's the base in your bag, done there. Now what I'm going to do is open this out, get the recess. I'm going to open the zip, otherwise I won't be able to turn it inside out. Flip that, there we go, to the other side, right side, sorry. And we're going to put the side seam level with the side seam of the recess there. Put a clip on. On this side, exactly the same. Line up the side seam with the recess side. Clip on. And then let it all fall inside. Make sure the handles are going inside as well. And we're going to go all the way around the top of the bag. Take the clip off as you come to it. There we go. Just make sure all the edges are level. Take the other clip off. There we go. Turn it all to the right side and top stitch the recess down. So that's basically just a case of tucking it all to the inside. There we go, and we're going to top stitch around this edge here, which I will quickly do, and then we can use your secret shopping bag. Move the needle to the opposite side. There we go. But as I've said, take a little bit more time than I did. And don't forget, when you've done your secret shopping bags, let me see them on my Facebook group, or sending pictures to a Chandler. That would be even better. Or both. So there we go, our bag's now ready. We just need to clip all the threads off and we are ready to use our secret shopping bag. There we go. So have fun making yours. Hi sewing pals. Right, so this is the video I promised you for the secret shopper bag, and this is the little bag that I'm going to show you how to make. Now I do explain in the tutorial that the bag sold so well on Achanda and on our website that I've actually sold out of the zipper pulls. So I've done it in the chunky zipper pulls and the chunky zips, which has worked out fine, and it actually looks really nice and it looks really stable. But I did have a problem getting into the part to sew it. But basically this is the bag that you're going to make, and it's an absolutely amazing bag. I really love it. So you just unzip it all, pull it out, and you've got your little handles and a recessed part with a zip, again for a little added security. I've done this in the Made with Love quilting cotton that's available on our website, new in. Comes in 3 different colourways, but in the kits obviously you get all sewing related ones, and you can make and sell as many as you want afterwards with your own fabrics. So have fun, here's a tutorial.